Blast me to Bermuda! It's time for the Mad Merlins unboxing of Star Wars Shatterpoint. Hello there! By Atomic Mass Games. Hello there and welcome to another Mad Merlins unboxing. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars Shatterpoint Hello There Squad Pack. So before we get into anything, don't forget to of course like the video if you are enjoying the content, and of course why not subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as it's the only way you can keep up to date with all my mad content. And of course don't forget to check all my links in the description box down below, including the Mad Merlins Patreon, where you can help support the channel from as little as £3 a month, helping me keep biscuits in the biscuit barrel, tea in my teapot, and of course paint on my paint desk. So, here we are then with another Shatterpoint review, and I think it's probably only fitting that after doing my favourite Sith, I'd probably do my favourite Jedi. So we have the Hello There Squad Pack. So this pack comes with General Kenobi, Clone Commander Cody, and two 212th Clone Troopers. You got that lovely Obi-Wan artwork on the side. On the top and this side we have multiple languages, and on the back we have again the figures and some text, including a quote: "The burden is on me not to destroy all the droids until you arrive. General Kenobi." A Jedi Master battles to maintain the Republic. With the Republic under attack from all sides, the noble Obi-Wan Kenobi steps forward to contain the Separatist threat. At his side are the Clone Marshal Commander known as Cody, and the Phase 2 Clone Troopers of the renowned 212th Attack Battalion. United in their resolve to preserve the Republic, they battle the Separatist threat throughout the galaxy. Known for their ability to strategize even in the thick of battle and ferocity in combat, Kenobi, Cody, and the 212th represent one of the Republic's best chances to restore peace to the galaxy. So in the box we get 4 miniatures, 3 stat cards, 3 stats cards, and of course 3 order cards. Plus, as with all of these upgrades packs, all the cards for all the other languages. But you can see the models built and painted here. They look fantastic. Obi-Wan Kenobi in his classic stance there. Cody on comms, and 212 Clone Troopers. They could be Waxer, they could be Boyle, we're not too sure, but they're just generic Clone Troopers anyway. But we're not here just to look at the front and back of the box. Let's crack it open and see what's inside. I'll bring in my trusty knife. And if I can find, there we go. There we go. Film off, open up, and so we have, first off, read this first piece. We have our pack of cards, and finally our pack of models, including their bases. So let's take a look at all the components, and we'll start of course with the simple start here first page, and it is just a QR code which will take you to the Shatterpoint website where they have the instructions to help build these, and of course we've got the game credits at the bottom there as well. So yeah. On the back, it's just the other languages. Right, I'll sort the cards out, then we can zoom in and we'll take a look through the cards before we have a look at the models. So first off, we've got our unit cards, and we have our primary here of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Artwork is done by Patrick Brown, and it's a brilliant capturing of Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars, yet he does look really closer and more realistic to the Episode 3 Obi-Wan that Ewan McGregor portrays in Revenge of the Sith. We of course have CC2224 Clone Commander Cody, who is our secondary unit, again by Patrick Brown. So we've got the larger blasters of the 212, and they just look fantastic. And of course we've got our supporting unit of the 212 Clone Troopers, artwork by Colin Searle. And we can see them in the midst of battle, laying down some heavy fire. Alright, let's take a look at their rules. So we'll flip over Kenobi. So first off, he's 8 squad points and has 3 force. He has 10 health and can be wounded 3 times before going down. So we have hello there. One character in this unit may jump, and if it does, that character adds 3 dice to the next attack roll during its activation. We have so uncivilized. When a character in this unit is targeted by a ranged attack, this unit may use this ability. This unit gains Hunker after the attack is resolved. If the attack roll contained 1 or more fails, the attacking unit suffers 3 damage. We have Patience. When you reveal this unit's order card, if you have an order card in reserve, you may put that card on the top or bottom of the deck, and if you do, put this card in reserve. When this unit's order card is put in reserve, one character may heal 3 and jump. And then we have Knowledge and Defense. Allied units do not lose their hunker when they become engaged, and can gain and have hunker while they are engaged. While an Allied Galactic Republic unit has 1 or more hunker, it adds 1 dice to its defense rolls against melee attacks. After an attack targeting a character in an Allied Galactic Republic unit is resolved, that character's unit may remove all its hunker. If it does, one character in the unit may heal for each hunker removed. Then each character that healed may surge. So his keywords are 212, Force User, Galactic Republic, and Jedi. So yeah, he's going to be a pretty tanky character. He's got lots of abilities to heal for him and his bodyguards. He's very defensive, so the ability to deal 3 damage if your opponent rolled any misses, it's very beneficial. And it's range attacks, which is very fitting for Kenobi and his Form 3. And of course we have the classic hello there. So he can jump and then gets 3 extra dice as he's jumping and surprising the opponent. So yeah, looking like he's going to be a fun unit to use on the battlefield. Next up, we'll look at our secondary. So we got Commander Cody. He's 4 point cost. No force. And we flip him over. So he has 9 health and can be wounded twice, as all secondaries can be. So we've got a big problem. At the start of this unit's activation, choose an enemy character within range 5 that is contesting an active objective. The chosen character gains exposed. Defensive maneuvers, so very similar to Rex and the other 501st clones. So each character may surge. If any character surges, that unit gains a hunker. Then we have Say Goodnight Clanker. Characters in this unit have Sharpshooter 2. When a character in this unit makes a ranged attack, the target does not benefit from any cover. Then we have Bring It Down. When an allied clone trooper supporting character within range 4 that has 1 or more hunker makes a ranged attack as part of a combat action, it may re-roll up to 2 of its misses. So his keywords are 212, Clone Commando, Clone Trooper, and Galactic Republic. So yeah, we've got pretty good abilities here with Cody. So he's a brilliant support character, allowing supporting units to gain some rerolls on their ranged attacks. He's pretty good with range himself, having Sharpshooter. Plus he can pick out enemies even if they are benefiting from cover and deny them that. Again, defensive maneuvers, I think it's going to be a common thing on all clones. So giving them that extra little bit of a move and a hunker for 1 force gets them closer to the enemy. And we've got a problem that's pretty good, helping force a character into an exposed position, meaning they can't benefit from their expertise rolls. And finally then we have our 212 clone troopers, so 4 point cost. And they have defensive maneuvers, so 7 health, 2 times to be wounded, 212 clone trooper, Galactic Republic, and they are a trooper unit. So defensive maneuver, as we know, spend the force, they may surge and gain a hunker. They have coordinate fire, so when a character in another Galactic Republic unit makes an attack as part of a combat action before dice are rolled, this unit may use this ability. If the target character is within range 5 of a character in this unit, that target gains pinned. So that's pretty good. Helping each of them pin down an opponent with concentrated fire is brilliant. And we have Brothers in Arms, which is again another clone generic trait. So while this unit has 1 or more hunker, characters in this unit are steadfast. So again, pretty cool unit, benefiting from Kenobi and Cody. They can be pretty hard to shift off of objectives. And with Kenobi's ability to keep hunker even at engagement range, they can be pretty defensive as well. I had quite a bit of fun using Ahsoka and my Mandos and Rex and his clones the other night at my local store, so it'd be quite nice to see how the double clone list works. But I might even use Kenobi with, I've seen someone use it Bo-Katan and Maul with a load of Mandos. That looks like a fun list as well. So next up, of course, we have our order cards. So just that fantastic artwork, Patrick Brown twice there, and Colin Sherrill for the Clone Troopers. They look awesome. I just love all the artwork on these cards. I think the only thing I might do with those extras is I might start framing them in like a trio, just to have some really cool artwork on my gaming room wall. And finally, we got our stance cards to look at, so I will zoom in a little bit more. So we have Kenobi's stance card, and of course, they are double-sided for all the primaries. So we've got Form 3 Soresu, so no range, but he has 5 defense on the range, 5 attacks in melee, and 6 defense. He's got a quite extensive tree. So he can either go for quite a lot of heal, or quite a lot of damage, or a bit of both, which is really good. So his lightsaber, his expertise, 1 to 2 gets an extra critical, 3 you get 2 criticals, 4 plus you get 3 criticals. So he's going to be pretty aggressive when it comes to rolling his expertise. And he has clone armor, so he gets 2 defenses on a 1 to 2, 3 plus, he gets 2 defenses and a jump. His other side, a little bit more of a aggressive tree. There's more damage than there is healing here. So 6 defense against range, 7 attack and 6 defense against melee. This is his Form 4 Ataru stance. So his lightsaber, 1 expertise gives him an extra hit, 2 to 3 gives him a critical and an extra hit, and 4 plus gives him 2 hits and 2 crits. Then his clone armor, on a 1 to 2 he gets a defense and knocks a critical down to a fail, and on a 3 plus, 2 defense and knocks a critical down to a fail. So yeah, pretty defensive on his armor for an aggressive form, but still pretty beneficial on his classic Form 3. So Cody's concentrated fire. So his DC 15 blaster rifle. He has an extra damage for 1 expertise. 2 to 3 gets a critical and an extra damage on his chart. And 4 plus it gets a critical and 2 extra damage. Then his DC blaster pistols. He has, excuse me, for melee, 1 expertise gives it an extra hit, 2 gives it an extra critical, and 3+ gives it 1 of each. And then phase 2 clone armor gets 1 extra defense for 1 to 2 expertise, and 3+ expertise gives them 2. So that's the basic standard for all clone armor. His ranged guns are range 5, 6 attack dice with a defense 4 against range attacks. And then he's melee, so he's pretty good. He's got 6 attacks and 4 defense still. So we've got some really cool chart boxes here. So we've got quite a lot of damage as befitting the 212. We've even got some pins and some pushes back as well. And finally, we got a 212, which is bullseye training. Very small tree. It's just pin and damage, shove and damage, expose, and a ton of damage. So for their ranged weaponry, they're the same as Cody, 6 attack dice, 4 defense. And for melee, they're not the best, 4 attack and only 3 defense. Phase 2 clone armor is the same as usual, 1 to 2, 1 extra defense, 3+, 2 extra. They can bash with the guns. You only ever get the 1 extra hit with their expertise. And for their DC 15 blaster rifles, it's much the same as Cody. 1 expertise will give them an extra damage to the damage pool. 2 to 3 gives them a crit and an extra damage to the damage pool. 4+ a crit and 2 extra damage to the damage pool. Right, all that's left to do is to take a look at, of course, the frames. So, of course, with all these sets, we get 2 frames, one containing all of the particular model components, and 1 set of frames, including all our bases. So we just get the bog standard Shatterpoint bases. Hopefully they might do some more themed bases later on in the run of the game. But it is quite nice. I was having a think the other day, if I do get another core set, I'm going to clip all bases off, turn them upside down and shuffle them, as there's no particular way of telling what pattern is on each base, because I've got a kind of reoccurring pattern where my primary units are all on this sort of base, and my secondaries are all on this sort of base, and my supports are all on these bases. So I'm going to have to definitely make sure I mix things up a little. But the important frame, of course, is Cody, Obi-Wan, and the 212. So we've got Obi-Wan himself here, looking really cool. He's got his classic defensive, aggressive stance there. We've got the brilliant clone head as well. And we have what looks like a jetpack. So I don't know if that's going to be on Kenobi or on Cody. I think it looks like it's on Cody according to the box art there. So really cool. And of course we got Cody's head there, the back of his helm there, and of course we have the bare-headed option as well. We got some optional rockery pieces for Kenobi's base, and 1 which is mandatory for Cody. I'm possibly thinking of keeping these and making a small scatter piece with them. I don't think it's needed really. It helps break up and give the characters more of an interesting base. But if it's not mandatory, I might just leave them off. And the only ones that we've seen mandatory are usually secondaries, where they have like a foot up on a piece. Yeah, really cool detail. We can see all the details of Kenobi's belt picked out, his buckle, his saber grip there, and various other tubes and stuff for rations in the field. We got beautifully molded detail there on the Grand Army of the Republic symbol there. and also incorporating the Jedi lightsaber symbol as well. Really cool looking model, nice detail on the saber grip as well, the hilt, and yeah, if we can get a view on Kenobi's face, yeah, that does look very, very Obi-Wan. But the clones, they are pretty much identical. We got our basic clone troopers here, and then we got Cody up here. So Cody has the little badge on his chest there, denoting him as a commander. He's got his blaster held at a sort of a relaxed pose, and he's on his comms with his right arm there. And all the others are rather advancing, aggressive stances. But again, nice, crisp detail, and yeah. I've seen some pro-painted ones for my store's copy of the game. Their demo copy, they decided to just paint as quickly and basically as possible to get it out and ready for the next day, sort of. But yeah, I've kind of been inspired to probably up the game on my clone troopers a bit. Especially, I'm thinking Cody and Rex. Might go back and do some extra highlights to Rex. I'm thinking leaving the shade and then just trying to focus the highlights with nice bright colours. I'm tempted to pick up the bold titanium white, as I've been told that is a brilliant white. So that might be on my shopping list at some point. But yeah, there we go. I think that's about all there is. So there's the underside, and we can see how they pretty much go together. Basic sort of models, really. There's 2 halves of the body, 2 halves of the legs. Yeah, really cool models. Right, I'll bring everything back in and I'll give you my final thoughts on this pack. So there we have the unboxing of the Hello There Squad pack for Star Wars Shatterpoint. And I think it's brilliant. They've done a great job, as I've said, capturing a realistic yet still recognisable as based on the animation of the Clone Wars TV series. It's a nice mix of the overly cartoony look of the Clone Wars series and again realism as well mixed in. I do like it. Really looking forward to painting this. I've seen a lot of people doing great jobs on Obi-Wan, and I'm definitely thinking I might need to get this guy built and sprayed today so I can get on and paint him ready for Friday for my next club meet, and hopefully get this guy along with Anakin fielded in a big clone force, see how well they work together. But the good thing is you can mix and match with the keywords, so plenty of Galactic Republic units will benefit from the commanders and captains of the clone army. And I'm looking forward to more clones in the future. I'm definitely getting Mace Windu, Commander Pond, and the ARF troopers when they come out. But yeah, great kit, great looking models, and of course, it's a fantastic game. I do enjoy playing this game. I don't think in the history of my gaming career I've picked up a game and had as much fun of it as quickly as I have this game. So if you haven't gotten into Shatterpoint yet, why haven't you? It is possibly the best game of the year so far, at least. There is going to be a few more newer games coming out later on in the year, but this is definitely a strong contender for best game of the year, for me anyway. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And don't forget, of course, to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time for more mad content and more Shatterpoint reviews. So thank you and goodbye.